Great morning, guys. Great morning, great morning, great morning. Hey, I'm Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Jump on, jump on. Let me get everybody on. Hold on. Let's rock this thing. Making sure I got it rocking and rolling. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock and roll. Good morning, good morning, good morning, guys. Hey. Happy Monday. Happy Halloween. It is a Monday. Uh, October 31st. Let's rock this thing this morning. I have a fiery, hopefully an inspiring segment this morning. We're going to talk about worthiness. We're going to talk about worthiness and what that looks like and how would your life be different? The question is, how would your life be different if you really knew that you were worthy? If I really knew that I was worthy of these things. Come on, jump on. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's rock this thing. First thing we always talk about is we bring in the frequency of love and appreciation of what you're appreciating this morning, what you're grateful for, what you're thankful for, what you just appreciate. I appreciate having a good night's sleep. I appreciate times that I can get on and talk with you guys and share and all those. I appreciate the love that it surrounds me. I appreciate understanding my worthiness and what thoughts make me feel like I'm not worthy. If you're out there, say good morning to me. Let me see you. Let's rock this thing. Hey, good morning, Tiffany. Good morning. Good morning. Let's rock this thing. We're going to talk about how would life do. So let that question marinate. I posted it yesterday. So you can kind of marinate on that. How would your life be different if you knew that you were worthy? If you knew that you knew that you're worthy. Come on. Think about that question. And so let's talk about that. One of the things that started this conversation in my head was that we've been told for years that we, especially from the biblical, if you've been grounded in Bible and you've been brought up in that, in Christian religion, we talk about we're just nothing but filthy rags, and many of us have taken that to heart. Many of us have been shamed, blamed, and guilted for whatever reason. In that, and so we honestly think that we're not worthy of the goodness that can come to us, of the magnitude of things that can come to us, and so we want to stop that. And if you ain't got to be into the Bible for this is something that I want us to really pay attention to, because our lives outpicture what we subconsciously think. You hear what I'm saying? If you have been told or you have desired something over years, say you start, and it starts young, that we wanted it, but we didn't line up with it, thinking that we didn't believe we could get it. That starts a trend of thinking that we're not worthy. Did you hear what I just said? Come on, Tiffany, talk to me. Let me see. When we desire something, but we don't believe we can have it, that starts a whole thing of believing that we're not worthy. I need you to get that, because that one right there, that's what gets us. See, this is what we're not. We're not filthy rags. We're not unworthy. We're not unredeemable. We're not a mistake. We're not powerless. We're not any of these things that we're not stupid. We're not unattractive. We're not all these things that we tell ourselves on a subconscious level. Some of us say this stuff out loud to ourselves all the time, and we don't understand how powerful the words that we say go. I put up something else. We have purpose. Absolutely, we have purpose. But many of us, we have talked ourselves out of it. Other people have talked us out of it. We've made mistakes that we think that we can't get past. We define ourselves by old stuff, like things we did 15, 20, 30 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, last week. We tend to marinate on the things that we do wrong, or what we deem doing wrong, or the mistakes, as opposed to the magnificent person that we are. Hey, Yvette, what's going on? We tend to hold ourselves in that. So we want to talk about talk to me. If you thought about the question a little bit, Tiffany, if you thought about the question a little bit, Yvette, the question is, How would your life be different if you really, really knew that you were worthy? Like the things that we ask for, that we are worthy to have it. If you really, really knew. If you really, really knew. Somebody give me an answer on that. What would you think? Because what I'm understanding is that a lot of us, we just don't really believe that we're worthy of it. We don't really believe that we can have it. We don't really believe that if we think of something, if we ask, that it is given. We don't believe that. We believe that maybe somebody else deserves it more. That's one thing. Somebody else deserves it more. We will downplay stuff. Somebody else deserves it. And maybe because we look at people that have things and we say negative things, or we think negative things about how they got it, we don't immediately think, "Oh, that's awesome." Maybe that's it too. And some of us will say on here, say, "Well, nah, that's not me. I don't think like that." But if we really pay attention to our subconscious thoughts, a lot of times we envy. A lot of times we're like, "Oh, why I can't do it," or we don't believe. We believe that they were extraordinary, something different than we were. Come on with it. Talk to me. Think about that question. Come on, let's get this. The thing is, you are worthy. I am worthy of anything that we ask or anything that we think of. The goodness. If you won the lottery today, that lottery, I think the Powerball is up to $1 billion, $1 billion. If you won it, you're worthy. You hear me? You're worthy. We get a guilt complex. Imposter syndrome is real. Many of us would listen, imposter syndrome, believing that your greatness is not really great, that what you know is not really enough because we've been told enough. If I would have understood the concept of peace, thanks, Tiffany, years ago, I would have avoided lots of heartache. If I would have understood the concept of peace, hey, that's a good one. I think that's a really, really good one. But I think part of us too, I think about when I look at some of the things I did back younger, they made me understand more of who I am now. Because what I find now is that because we don't want to make mistakes, we play safe in life. We become emotionally unavailable. And again, that's a worthiness running underneath subconsciously, like that I just make mistakes and I'm not worthy of love, and I don't want to hurt nobody and I don't want to be hurt. So we just kind of stay right here. We don't get back into the game. Does that make any sense? Yvette, what you got? My life would be okay. Yeah, my life would be feel much more free. Yeah. If we really believe that the universe, that creator is really this, all is well all the time. If we really understood that we can't get it wrong, that the making of mistakes is part of our growth process, is part of us asking for more, then meaning that our consciousness will start asking more out of just a necessity, just automatically. When we go through hard times, we ask for more questions, which means we ask for more stuff. And but we got to know we're worthy. Many of us ask for things, desire things, let me say that, but we just don't believe we can have it. Anybody roll with that? Anybody can roll with that? We just honestly just don't believe that we can have what we desire. Maybe we've been trying for a long time. Maybe we've been asking for a long time, and we just believe that, well, that's just, we just can't get it. Maybe it wasn't meant for me. Maybe we think like that. And I'm trying to say, you are worthy. You are worthy. I need you to say, somebody write in the chat, I am worthy. I am worthy of all good things. Put it in the chat for me. Somebody put it up. I am worthy of all good things. I am worthy of all good things. Come on, somebody put it in the chat. I'm guilty of asking for things, then rescinding my request. Absolutely, Tiffany. That's what I'm talking about. We ask and then we don't think, I should probably not ask for that. Right. I should probably not. And we get that conditioning. Yes, that's it, Yvette. I am worthy of all good things. I am worthy of all good things. And once we get into that receptive mode where we can receive those things, it will come in. But we ask, and most of us don't think we're worthy because we don't believe we can have it. We'll ask, and I desire that. but we don't believe we can have it, and that starts a whole trend of unworthiness running underline. Now, if I talk to you straight face, sometimes people are like, well, I know I'm worthy. We know, but without pictures in our life, yes, Alita, hey, what's going on? Yes, but without pictures in our lives indicates how we think. You hear us? What we have, what you see in your life right now, what you have, what you don't have, is an indication of your thought process, your subconscious thought process. Let me talk to you about it. So we can say a lot of things if I'm having a conversation, because we all know the right things to say. But if you sit, what I always want to do is cast a die, start us to start thinking for ourselves and really assessing ourselves, loving ourselves enough. Now, it takes courage to really look at yourself and ask the questions, God, why don't I have this? Not because you are filthy rags, not because you unworthy, but because you have a relationship with your creator that you can sit down and say, well, am I doing something wrong? Most of the time, no. We just not lining up with what we want. We say we want someone, but we believe we can't have it. We say we want a good person, but we only think of people being bad out there. So that means I don't want no parts of that, because our mindset will say, well, there's no good men. There's no good women. So why should I get out there? That's what I mean by unworthy, that you don't realize the powerful person that you are, the creator that you are. You don't realize it. We just don't, because we've practiced ourselves into other ways. And that's why we want to talk about it. Come on now. Come on. So I want you to finish. Listen, I am what? What would you say today? Listen, I'm going to tell you right off the top. I am strong, I am powerful, I am creative, I am courageous, I am a leader. I can go down a list for you right now, believing it. And I practice it. There are days that you don't feel like it. And so we run that, the default button goes back to, I should have done this. I'm not good in money, so I don't deserve money. I'm not good in relationships. I don't deserve a relationship. We will run that thing in the back of our mind, not understanding that we're running that thing in the back of our mind. That's why gratitude on a daily basis helps you. That's why meditation on a daily basis helps you, because it stops that little recording that tells us that we're not worthy of things. Come on with it. We finna rock this thing. I'm not worthy of, of this promotion, even though, because I made the mistake of doing. No, I don't. Maybe I'm not good at owning a business. So we talk ourselves out of our own dreams. Look. And now we wonder why we don't feel like we're worthy. That's why, because we talk against what we want. We think against what we want. We talk to ourselves as like we're not worthy. We talk to ourselves like we're not worthy. Self-sabotage is absolutely real, and we're so used to it. Desire healthy and wealth. Yes, exactly. We desire health and wealth, but we have a hard time believing that we are worthy of it. Self-sabotage is real, and we're going to stop the self-sabotage today. One of the things it is, because we really are going to work on this worthiness piece of how amazing we really are. So how do we do that? We got the I ams, okay? Something is, just sit down and write down what you really want. You know what we do? It's so simple. This is so simple. We talk all the time about what we don't want. You see how simple that was? I mean, literally, what do you want? Not, I want this, but da-da-da-da. No, what do you want? That's what we do. We'll say what we want, and then we'll give a million reasons why we don't have it, or why we can't have it, or what we have to. We start immediately, the reasoning mind will tell us, oh, you can't do this, this, and this. So write down, what do you want? Because as you start deciding and moving towards that and thinking on and imagining having that, and then starting to make moves towards that, the progress creates confidence within yourself. You realize how much more special that you are, that you don't really realize that you are. You hadn't really thought about it, and you start moving. So progress creates confidence. The steps towards that creates confidence. So the first thing is write down what you want. Believing that I am worthy of all good things. As you write down what you want, put down, I am worthy of all good things. Write down what you want. Give me a list of, say, 5 to 25 things. I am worthy of all good things. After everything you write, I am worthy of all good things. And then we stop right there, okay? Number 2, pay attention to your self-talk. Woo, I can't say this enough. I've been working on that with my clients, with myself. What are you saying to yourself? So many times we know we're saying because we feel bad. We'll start feeling bad when we are being shamed or guilty. I should do better by this. And most of the time, it always purely has something to do with people outside of us. We don't think we're good enough, right? We don't think if we didn't do the right thing with our moms, or we didn't do the right thing with kids, we start beating ourselves up about why, what we didn't do, or we didn't do enough for them, or we start guilt and shaming and blaming ourselves, because that has been the practice generationally, and we must stop that. The shaming, the guilting. We must stop doing things that we are doing it out of shame, blame, or guilt. If you don't know, pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to your thoughts. Pay attention to what you're saying to yourself about yourself. You hear me? Pay attention to what you're saying to yourself. We're going to unwrap this whole worthiness thing. Pay attention to what you say to yourself about yourself. Now I have to tell myself, listen, you're a beast. I love me. I'm lovable. I'm kind. You must say these. If you ain't getting it from somebody else, trust and believe, you probably running a tape that sounds crazy. What do you say about yourself? Not in an arrogant kind of way. I mean, in I understand who I am kind of way. I am valuable. I'm priceless. I am. Be kind to yourself. Listen. That is one of the biggest things right now, being kinder to ourselves. I'm writing something today about making sure we sleep more, making sure we do these things, we eat healthier more. Food has become first of all, we love to eat. That's great. But food has become something that comforts us. And so we are willing to give up our health for the comfort of it. We don't have to do both. It can be a balance. It can be a balance. Being sometimes overeating is not kind to ourselves. Sometimes over drinking is not kind to ourselves, especially because we're sick as I don't know what the next day. It's not kind to ourselves. Now, having fun and doing that every now and then, that's not a big deal. But also, what are you saying to yourself about yourself? Some of us want to be healthier, but we don't believe we can do it. Again, remember what I just said, what worthiness means? You don't mean that you don't deserve to have the best health ever. That's not true. You don't deserve to have the body that you want. That's not true. Now, whether you want to do the work for it, there may be something to it. That's the thing. You may not believe that you can do that. And that's the thing. I can do all things. We say it all the time, but we really don't believe it. I can do all things. We'll say it when we need to say it, but deep down, we don't believe. Remember I said we ask for things and we want things, but when we don't believe it, that's the word unworthiness piece runs right under that. All right, come on. And number 3, we talked about practice. Number 3 was celebrating yourself more. Celebrating yourself more. Not waiting for birthdays, all those annual things, but to celebrate yourself when you listen. When you start something and you make progress on it, celebrating ourselves, telling ourselves on a daily basis how much we are loved and valued, and bring our gifts and talents to this world, how much we are needed in this world, whether we think it's minute or not. Every extraordinary person you see are just a regular person that just stuck with what they wanted to do, and they stuck with their purpose and their vision, and they just stayed with it. That's it. That's the only difference. They just stuck with it, did not get sidetracked by things, did not let the hurt. Now understand, a lot of us are dealing with hurt from years ago that we have not dealt with. So that stuff will come up, running behind us. Maybe our dad wasn't in the house. Maybe we all got the stories, but how do we deal with it now? Right now, reminding yourself that you're worthy. Right now. I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm talking about right now, deciding that you are worthy of all good things. Saying it. I am worthy of all good things. Point blank, hands down. I ain't finna say, I didn't do that right in 3rd grade. I am worthy of all good things right now. Monday, October 31st. We're going to listen. We finna open up this whole thing for our goodness. Yes, childhood trauma will get us every time. Yes, celebrate the small things along the way because we forget. We get a big goal and we looking and we make mistakes and we beat ourselves up for the mistakes, not understanding that the mistakes are part of the journey. Listen, when we have that perfectionist mentality, and some of us will say, I don't have it. Well, we do. Like if we make a mistake and we just beat ourselves up, that is perfectionism at its best. And the things that we say and feel about ourselves when we make a mistake, Lord, come on, God, come on. It kills us because many of us are brought up people pleasers. When you were raised like that any mistake, that your love is based on how good you do, you don't think that when you make a mistake, that don't crush you. That crushes you. When you trying your best to get the love of your parents or someone that is a parent or someone that you love, and all you know to do is to be the best and the perfect that you can do and do everything right so that they will love you for everything right, then when you make a mistake, that is not just a mistake. When someone tries to give you constructive criticism, it's not just constructive criticism. It crushes us. Which is why we have to build up our worthiness muscle. We have to understand who we really are. We have to know that we're loved no matter what. We have to know that, which means that's our work. It's not the other person's work. It's not the other people's work. It's our work, that we deserve love no matter what. No matter what. I'm not saying go out there and wild out. Listen, y'all know what I'm talking about. That you cannot be perfect. First of all, that's unattainable. First of all, perfectionism and being perfect is unattainable. We're not built to do that. We're built to grow and move and mastery, which means to give an effort to be the best that we can be. That means to be teachable. And in order to learn and be teachable, we must make mistakes. And the last part of that is to bounce back from our mistakes. That is lovable. That is mastery. That is what we're supposed to be doing. And then we got to know that we're worthy through the whole thing, because some of these mistakes are meant to add to our wisdom and add to our knowledge and our experiences. And when you're scared to make a mistake, you will stay paralyzed. You will stay right where you are. Woo, come on. All right. So the things I remember, I need you to say, I am worthy. Yes, Facebook. I am worthy of all good things right now, not tomorrow. And how we learn, how we do this is really believing that you are worthy and open up your heart. Remember, write down 25 to 25 things that you want right now in your life. And then right behind that, write, I am worthy of all good things right now. Allow God, you understanding, creator of the universe, to guide you through this. But you got to believe it first. We got to believe it first. All right, guys, I'm past my time. That's what I always do. Listen, I hope if this was helpful, please let me know if it was helpful. Please have an amazing Monday. This is how we're going to start this Monday off, understanding that we're worthy of all good things. We're going to go in the job knowing that we're worthy. We're going to have knowing that we're worthy of having a great day. We're going to walk in there like a boss, like the thermostats, that we are setting the tone on positivity, on effort, on being a light instead of darkness up in that piece. We're going to walk like we're going to claim that we're going to have a good day, that we're going to have clarity, that we're going to be prosperous, that we're going to be joy-filled today. We're going to walk in with energy and enthusiasm and excitement, because we know that we just said that we are worthy of all good things. We're not going to go in there expecting a bad day. Yeah. Listen, you heard what I said. We going in. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Have an amazing day. Please like, share if you think somebody else can use this message. Let's go get this week. All right. Bye. Have an amazing day, guys.